What? Did you just gleek?
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I don't know where it is.
Oh, okay, kids, who's ready to adult?
Nobody. No.
Okay, so today we are going to talk about what we would have told our 18-year-old selves, knowing what we know now. And for those of you just tuning in, I am Miss April, and this is Miss Jamie, and we are your internet moms, and we're here just to help you adult. Like, this doesn't have to be a serious, stressful channel. Like, adulting can be pretty stinking fun at times.
Yes.
Like, if you want to eat a Fruit Loop sandwich at 2 a.m., you're an adult. You can do whatever you want, right? So it's not all bad. So don't stress out. We're not going to lecture you. We're not your teachers. We're just moms. We're just ladies
moms
hanging out, doing our thing. And anyhow, let's jump right into it. So, what would you tell your 18-year-old self, Miss Jamie?
Oh, my 18-year-old self. She was feisty. And
because this one's not.
no.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Just
docile. That's how I would describe her. Very, very docile.
Thanks. Well, my 18-year-old self would be rolling her eyes at me as I was telling her this, but screw her, okay? This is what she needs to do. Do not play house. Don't think, oh my God, I got my diploma. I'm 18. I'm an adult. I'm going to get an apartment, but I'm going to get it with him. That was great. Good idea. No.
You just trying to get married, pump out them babies.
Yeah, because, that's what I was raised to do.
Well, we all kind of were, to some extent. You couldn't really escape it back then.
Yeah, life was get married, have kids, cook dinner, do the laundry, do the dishes, take care of everyone, but try to have self-care in there. Actually, I don't even think parents didn't even
we did not have self-care back then. That was not a talking point.
No, I don't think my mom ever had self-care. I don't know, no spas. I never even heard that word until.
Yeah, no.
I didn't even know that word existed.
Is that a thing? I don't think.
I don't even think it was a thing.
No. I would tell my 18-year-old self that sometimes bad things happen and they're not your fault. Like, especially when you're really young. If bad stuff happens to you, it doesn't mean you deserve it. It's just something to be processed, absorbed, and you just kind of walk with it, as opposed to thinking, it's all my fault, I'm bad, I'll hide away. And
learn from it.
Okay. Yeah, learn from it.
You're going to have a lot of things that you're going to learn from things that are bad.
Yes.
Said, like playing house. It wasn't my fault. It was just it was a mistake. I very much learned from.
That's right. Life is just choices.
Yes.
Speaking of choices, what's your next piece of advice?
This isn't for everybody, but you have to have a plan. Some of you might not want to go to college. Some of you might want to go into the military. Some of you might want to do a trade because you went to, we call it a JVS.
Vocational school.
Okay, yeah, career center. So you have a job, so you know what you're doing. I wanted to be a teacher since I was in kindergarten. Never changed, never. But I played house.
So you didn't go to college?
So I didn't go to college.
And you never got back
And I never got back to it because I was going to get back to it. Just wanted to have all that white picket fence first.
Yeah. And you're not alone in that. I've heard that from a lot of folks. They just thought there'd be time to go back and do that degree, and there's just never time because you can't take off work to go to school and you got to pay your bills, and it just happens. So yeah, if you have the opportunity to put yourself through some kind of training, again, whether that's the military, whether that's college or vocational school, like, do it now while you're young, because once, life really starts happening to you, it's really hard to go back, and people do.
Oh, yeah.
And they're successful, but it's hard. It's an uphill battle. So don't make it hard on yourself if you don't have to.
Yeah.
I think my number 2 piece of advice would be like we're doing, cherish the people you love. You don't know how long they're gonna be around, and just
I'm not sick.
Not you. Holy cow.
I just don't know how long they're gonna be around.
No,
I know what you meant. I'm not sick. She's not either. She's
No,
just,
we're not that we know of.
She's just saying
Why am
that.
I making it worse?
I don't know.
Worse. Okay, wait, never mind. The point is just enjoy the people you love.
Yes.
Maybe let's go to your third one because this is not going well.
Well, it's fine. What she's pretty much saying is our kids are growing up and our kids are they're starting their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have time that we can cherish the people that we love to be with. And we have that time to do it. We're just telling you, make that time.
Always make that time for yourself.
Because you never know.
Mm-hmm.
That's all she was saying. And you didn't make it worse. It was funny.
Okay, it felt weird.
Okay, well, my third one is, and she's not on these, is drugs are bad.
I am not on drugs.
No, we are angels, for sure. And that's not sarcastic either.
No, seriously, we're not on
No, drugs are so, they're really bad. I went through playing house, figuring out he was a very bad guy.
Mm.
Then it was too late for me to do college. But it wasn't, because I could have. But then I was in that woe is me stage, and it was,
And
oh
you
my
were just
God.
medicating your way through it.
Yeah,
huh?
I just need to get a job. This is going to be my life now. And that's what I did. So I did drugs. Drugs, it's bad. Don't go down that path. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't solve anything. You just think it's numbing you. And it's not.
And let's throw cigarettes in there too, because cigarettes are very bad, very addictive. Both of us started smoking when we were teenagers, and in my adult life, I've been mostly quit, but there's been bad years where you picked it back up again. And I think the only reason that I had the strength to not pick it up again during COVID, because that was stressful, was that I promised my father I wouldn't, and a promise is a promise, so I didn't.
That's awesome.
Yeah. My third piece of advice is a little bit cheeky. I said, invest in Macintosh to my 18-year-old self, which is what I would have known Apple as. Because back in the day, our schools had those great big, huge, like gigantic computers that were all like one big shell, and you would put like the 5-inch floppy disks in, and you had to put in like 6 to run a program.
That's right.
Disc 1 of 6, disc 2 of 6.
And it was a blue screen with white letters.
And none of us thought it was all that special, but we didn't know the internet was coming, and that changed the game. So I would have just said, so that I could have, had a private island, but.
Yeah, and then she would have met me, and then her life wouldn't have been as good.
And
So
you're worth a private island just to know you. So I don't regret that at all. Anyhow.
Me neither.
Yeah. So what advice would you give maybe your younger self? I don't.
Okay, so when you were 16.
Sure. Yeah. What would you tell your 16-year-old self or your 14-year-old self or, whatever? And if there's any topics or questions you might have about adulting that you'd like us to cover, feel free to put them in the comments down below. And of course, don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button.
Yes.
Look at us.
Oh my gosh, we have that.
Oh, all right. So kids, until we're together again, keep your chins up.
Yeah, you got this. You can do it.